Chidimma Adetshina's journey to winning the Miss Universe Nigeria 2024 title stands as a remarkable testament to resilience, determination, and triumph in the face of adversity.
Now that you Miss Universe Nigeria, how do you feel?
I feel so amazing. I just want to start off by saying thank you to each and every one of you for the love, for the support. This crown is not just for beauty, but is a call for action, and that is unity. Thank you so much.
Just says this crown is a call for action. My name is Guy Marbruth. I say good night and see you next year.
Born on the 15th of June, 1998, in Johannesburg, South Africa, to Nigerian parents, her story is one of overcoming deep-rooted challenges tied to identity, heritage, and the harsh reality of xenophobia. Her victory not only showcases her personal strength, but serves as a wider symbol of the fight for unity and inclusivity. What makes her narrative even more compelling is the backdrop of harsh treatment she faced, particularly from South Africans, who questioned her legitimacy, worthiness, and right to represent in the world of beauty pageants. From the beginning, Chidimma's experience in South Africa was fraught with complications due to her Nigerian heritage. Although born in South Africa, her origins were often the source of animosity from those who felt she did not fully belong. This division came to a head when she attempted to enter the Miss South Africa competition, a natural progression for someone with her talent, poise, and love for pageantry. The hope and excitement that had characterized her early entry into the competition soon dissolved into a cloud of xenophobic controversy. Accusations arose that her parents had engaged in identity fraud when she was born, casting doubt on her right to citizenship and sparking debates on whether she even belonged in the competition. The unfounded claims that Chidimma did not have the right to compete, combined with rising hostility from certain sections of the public, led to her heart-wrenching decision to withdraw from the Miss South Africa pageant just days before the finale. This was a significant blow, not just to Chidimma personally, but to the broader issue of inclusivity in South African society. For many, her exit was a reflection of deep-seated xenophobia that continues to plague parts of the nation. For Chidimma, the experience was undoubtedly painful, yet it only solidified her resolve to forge a path that embraced her true identity. Rather than retreat, Chidimma chose to stand tall. With a renewed focus on her Nigerian roots, she entered the Miss Universe Nigeria pageant under the banner of Miss Taraba, a decision that symbolized both her allegiance to her parents' heritage and her unwavering determination to continue pursuing her dreams despite the setbacks. Her entry into the Miss Universe Nigeria competition was met with a mix of responses. While many Nigerians celebrated her return to her cultural roots and welcomed her with open arms, some South Africans continued to hurl criticism her way. However, the negativity failed to deter her. Instead, Chidimma used the criticism as fuel to push harder, believing deeply in her cause to represent her father's homeland on an international stage. The Miss Universe Nigeria 2024 pageant was highly competitive, featuring 25 accomplished contestants, each with their unique story and mission. The preparation for the grand finale was intense, with all the participants undergoing weeks of rigorous training at the Festival Hotel in Festac, Lagos. Public voting played a pivotal role in determining who the top contenders would be, and Chidimma's popularity surged as the event neared its conclusion. Her combination of charm, eloquence, and her ability to advocate for the causes she believed in, particularly unity and inclusion, resonated deeply with both the public and the judges. By the time the grand finale took place on Saturday, the 31st of August, 2024, at the prestigious Eco Convention Center in Lagos, the atmosphere was electric. The night was not just a showcase of beauty, but a celebration of resilience, culture, and empowerment. As the competition advanced, Chidimma found herself among the top 5 finalists, alongside other remarkable contestants. Each of these young women was accomplished, bringing their unique perspectives and advocacy work to the forefront. However, Chidima's personal story, steeped in overcoming prejudice, adversity, and xenophobia, set her apart. The grand moment finally arrived when Chidima was announced as Miss Universe Nigeria 2024. The crowd erupted in applause, with many recognizing the symbolic nature of her win. In a country where the concepts of unity and inclusivity are still evolving, Chidima's victory was a beacon of hope, signifying that no matter the barriers thrown in one's path, determination and belief in oneself could prevail. Chidima was crowned by the outgoing Miss Universe Nigeria 2023, Mitchell Ugochi Ukachukwu, and Miss Supranational Nigeria, Sectra Sadie, adding to the grandeur of the moment. Her acceptance speech was both gracious and stirring. With palpable emotion, she dedicated her crown to the idea of unity, saying, "This crown is not just for beauty, it's a call for action, and that's unity." Following her win, there was an outpouring of support, not only from Nigerians but from people in South Africa as well. Many who had initially criticized her journey in South Africa began to reconsider their stance, realizing the strength of character and fortitude she had shown. Social media became abuzz with congratulatory messages, and her name became synonymous with resilience and grace under pressure. Her triumph, however, did not mark the end of her advocacy. With a cash prize of 10 million naira and a platform that extended far beyond pageantry, Chidima turned her focus to her key advocacy areas: women's empowerment, mental health awareness, and the need for greater inclusion in society. She became a vocal figure, using her influence to speak out on these critical issues, while simultaneously preparing to represent Nigeria at the Miss Universe 2024 pageant, set to be held in Mexico. Chidima's journey did not only resonate with her supporters but also carried deeper thematic elements that echo across historical, biblical, and philosophical lines. Her experiences with adversity and triumph mirror biblical stories like that of Joseph, who, despite being sold into slavery and facing false accusations, rose to a position of power in Egypt through perseverance, faith, and forgiveness. Chidima's story is no different in the sense that her ability to forgive and rise above the accusations and xenophobia of South Africa reflects the power of resilience in shaping one's destiny. Philosophically, her journey fits into the broader existential discourse, particularly the theories of Jean-Paul Sartre, who argued that individuals must create their own meaning in a world often filled with indifference or hostility. Chidima's decision to embrace her Nigerian heritage and pursue the Miss Universe Nigeria title, despite the roadblocks and criticism, is a shining example of Sartre's belief in the individual's capacity to shape their own destiny. Further still, her victory and advocacy can be seen through the lens of Ubuntu, a Southern African philosophical concept that highlights the interconnectedness of all people. Ubuntu teaches that our humanity is tied to the humanity of others. By advocating for unity and inclusion, Chidima embodies the principle of Ubuntu, showing that our strength as individuals and communities is drawn from how we treat one another and recognize our shared humanity. Ultimately, Chidima Adetshina's victory at the Miss Universe Nigeria 2024 pageant is a shining example of what can be achieved through resilience, strength of character, and a commitment to greater ideals like unity and inclusivity. Her story is not just one of personal success, it is a broader narrative about overcoming prejudice and standing tall in the face of adversity. As she prepares for the global Miss Universe 2024 competition, the world will be watching, and Nigeria, and many parts of South Africa, will be cheering her on, hopeful that her remarkable journey will inspire others to challenge obstacles and embrace unity in all its forms. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates.